Good morning, children. Welcome to Sociology class. Today we are going to discuss the last part of the chapter, Status and Role. In this part, we are going to discuss two topics, Role Stereotype and Looking Glass Self-Theory by C.H. Cooley. So let us begin with Role Stereotype. Stereotype means categorized or standardized, unchangeable, rigid form of social structure. Society determines specific roles for people on the basis of long practiced conventions, and impositions become so strong that people accept the role unconditionally without any objection. The role, thus prescribed and indoctrinated, leads to an unchangeable, rigid form of social structure, which is known as role stereotype. We know that in society, the process of socialization goes on. So this process of socialization supports the cause of certain roles so that society moves in a specific direction and many questions do not arise. It is felt that individuals learn the expectations that surround social positions in their particular culture and perform these roles largely as they have been defined. Through the process of socialization, individuals learn certain roles and continue with that. Individuals come to understand and assume social roles through an ongoing process of social interaction. This is an accepted process of society, but when any debate or challenge against it is not accepted, it takes the shape of stereotype. This in turn leads towards stagnation in society. Stereotypes indicate not only fixation of roles but also limiting the possibilities of change, innovations or reform movements in society. Earlier, the idea of stereotype was based only on gender, age and income. But in recent studies, it has been found that other factors like race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, education level, political parties may also lead towards the process of stereotyping. The role of men and women are specified in society. There, a kind of blindness operates as all the members of society prefer to follow the same path without breaking the norms of society. A pattern is set in society and it is forgotten that men and women may have likings beyond this set pattern, and that can be quite natural. If a boy loves to dance and a girl likes to play cricket, there is no harm in it, but in existing stereotype, both the girl and the boy will be criticized for such likings. This way, certain prohibitions get established in society with stereotypes and breeds dissatisfaction among people of the society. It means the society fix some roles to some people and if they want to change that role, it is generally criticized. Otherwise, the roles which are prescribed by the society to the individual, it is accepted without any objection. Society exercises control through stereotyping roles, because society fix and give roles to each member of the society or each group of the society. So in this way, society exercises control. Most of the members of the society find security in this, as they believe in continuity and stability in life. Every society has sections of people within it who want change, reforms, and even resolutions. So there are reactions and protests against stereotypes in every society. A tussle between two forces is prevalent in all kinds of societies. In modern societies, due to communication and awareness about other societies, are becoming more vocal against the stereotypes. But new stereotypes may grow with time, and it is very difficult to remove tendencies of stereotyping in absolute terms. So I think, children, you have understood the meaning of stereotype. Every society, whether it is a tribal society or modern society or Indian society or Western society, everyone gets some specific roles which are prescribed by the society, and it is done mainly to keep our social control, and this is known as stereotype. Now the another topic in this last part of the chapter is looking glass self theory, which has been given by C.H. Cooley. C.H. Cooley has compared the mirror which tells the actual image of a person with the society. So he says that society and the mirror is same. How it is same? Let us discuss. In 1902, C.H. Cooley published Human Nature and the Social Order, in which he proposed a theory of the development of self as a creative agent. This theory implied that individuals in a society are created by the social interactions. A person is recognized, evaluated, and influenced by others who are the members of the same society. From early childhood days, every individual likes to be understood by others, and in most cases craves for others' appreciation. It is a human tendency. While growing up, people follow and imitate others. They copy others. At the same time, they grow as the society wants him or her to grow. Society and its members give most of the reference points following which they build their character, ideas, and goals. The concept of this looking glass self describes how an individual develops his or her identity in response to how he or she understands others' perceptions or recognitions of him or her. People are connected through interactions in society in which he or she lives. These interactions create a process through which people come to view themselves as objects and are able to take on the roles of others. Cooley used the example of a looking glass or mirror to illustrate this theory. As we look at the mirror and see ourselves, so also we try to read the mind of others and through their perception identify ourselves. Whether we suit the requirement of the society and if our worth is acknowledged by the society and its people, it is very important to be accepted by others and shape the personality according to the demand of the society. So he has compared the society with our looking glass or mirror. When we see the mirror, we cannot see ourselves without the help of mirror. When we see our mirror, we correct ourselves. The mirror tells us how we are looking, and if we find anything lacking in our personality or in ourselves, we try to correct it. In the same way, each one in the society has some prescribed roles. So a person's roles, attitudes, actions, behaviors are recognized by the society as we are recognized in the mirror. So when we see that according to other members of the society we need some corrections, we correct ourselves and we make the same image, which image we see in the minds of others. So a person starts thinking the same as the others are thinking for him. He also starts thinking the same for himself. Sometimes he corrects him and sometimes he has some negative feelings also. But the society acts just like a mirror in the personality, in the formation of the personality of a person. Cooley wrote, as we see our face, figure and dress in the glass and are interested in them because they are ours and pleased or otherwise with them accordingly as they do or do not answer to what we should like them to be. So in imagination we perceive in another's mind some thought of our appearance, manners, aims, deeds, character, friends and so on, and are variously affected by it. So the metaphor of the looking glass or mirror provides a way to think about the importance of visual information and the appearance of the body and for the development of what Cooley calls the self idea. I think this much is clear. So this self emerges in three key stages. The society judge a person and tells him where he is right and where he is wrong. So society acts just like a mirror. So this self emerges in three key stages. The first, we imagine how we appear to others. For example, do we appear as intelligent or smart or professional like this? Then second is, we imagine how others evaluate and judge me. For example, did we attend the right educational institutions? Do we wear fashionable clothes? Do we belong to the right professional group? And so on. Third, we develop an image for ourselves based on others' perception about us. For example, pride or embarrassment about our intelligence, physical appearance or professional plus. So these are the three key stages which emerge in a person. From the given discussion, it is clear that our minds and even wills are parts of a whole and are limited in scope by the state of the whole. We need constant support or criticism to grow into a social being. So here are two things: constant support to build ourselves or the constant criticism to correct ourselves. Until and unless others accept us, we cannot become complete, and we try to refine ourselves in terms of the social expectations. Those who can ignore others, we generally consider them either outcast or genius and never a normal fellow being. Immediate community and wider society both have continuous control over us. Either we accept the control and act accordingly, or we reject and react to the same. So, this is all about the looking glass self theory. As in the case of mirror image, either it gives us satisfaction or it gives us repulsion, but both can be understood or felt in terms of that image reflected on the mirror.